I'm from Chicago, born and raised in Chicago. So I was inspired by R. Kelly, the way he performed and the way he wrote. I grew up around him. Twista was my idol in Chicago. My godmother, Helen Wooten, she's sitting back there. She introduced myself, R. Kelly, and a few more other greats to the game. She took me to my first Jackie Rapper convention. Similar to this, that's what this reminds me of. And I met Teddy Riley, I met Diddy, I rapped for everybody. And when I saw Crisscross, I was like, that is where I need to be. So I pursued it, and I stalked JD. I called Skeeter Rock, Eddie Weathers like a million times. And I finally showed him at his doorstep, and JD was like, okay. So he took me to his house, and I rapped, and then the rest is history. He's like, I need you to put something on Crisscross' first single, and that's how it became the first female solo rap artist to ever go platinum.
I didn't have a lot of female role models, unfortunately. One person, Dee Hibbler, who's now Dee Murray, who ran Organized Noise, gave me my first job at Capitol Records. So she was really the only one that took me under her wing back in the day. So a lot of men helped me along the way. I dealt with a lot of cattiness. When I first moved over to Columbia Records in 2001 as Vice President of Urban Marketing, the chicks that worked under me had a breakfast meeting supposedly to figure out how to get me fired. The first week I was there, and I was like, how is that even possible? Like, y'all don't even know me, and you're hating on me just because you've been in the system and nobody offered you the opportunity. That's not my fault, right? I got in there, I worked hard for 6 months, and they gave me the department. And so, I mean, I know it might sound corny, but I was just cool with it. I killed them with kindness. They'd see me, I'd smile at them. I knew they were talking about me. I knew they didn't like me, but they didn't define me. As a woman, like, you've got to have your own self-confidence. Your self-esteem has to be high. You got to have thick skin in this industry. You know, you're constantly around beautiful women, and you're at dinners and events and parties and, you know, conventions and that sort of thing. So you got to know how to carry yourself. You also got to dress the part. I don't think there's anything wrong with showing your femininity, being a woman, but you don't have to have your girls out every 5 minutes. If you go to the club, that's one thing, but if you're in the office and you're in a corporate setting, especially like it was in New York, like, you gotta know how to handle yourself and carry yourself. So it was my self-esteem that helped me along the way.
Dealing with those people there, but it's all about, just like Shanti said, how you carry yourself and your professionalism. And if people know that you're not one to be played with, then they're not going to do that. So I never really had to worry about that. And, you know, you get tested, but then once you show them who you are, they believe you.
Right. I don't think the classes have goals, you know what I mean? And these are young guys from Harlem, so I wasn't expecting them to be politically correct or say the nicest things. I just knew to have thick skin, don't take anything personal, and make sure my work ethic more than anything spoke for itself.
I was blessed when I got in the game. JD accepted me for who I was. He didn't say, I want you to put on something tight. He was like, yo, I love you how you are. I was never pressured to change. When you did see me flip it, it's just because all the fellas was like, Brat, I know you got something under them clothes that we want to see. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, I'll show y'all every now and then. And I love doing that. I love getting a response from that. But I like being myself and comfortable, and I'm going to stay that way for the rest of my life.
When I first came to the game working with Outkast and Goody Mob, and we toured with like Biggie and a lot of East Coast guys, so it wasn't really difficult for me. So I started wearing baggy pants, my hat to the back with the crisscross and Brat in them. And I kind of made that like my uniform, but it worked for me because I really got tired of getting hit on. And it's flattering at some point, but it's like, can you really stop disrespecting me? And so at some point I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna dress, you know, like a dude. I still carry myself like a lady, but I was tired of all those advances. I just became everybody's little sister, and that really worked for me. I'm not saying everybody gotta do that. It just worked for me.
I decided to walk in the office with a goddamn thumb. Okay? As long as I'm doing my work, I think that it becomes a problem when people start telling you what to put on.
Right.
I don't think that you coming in here for the Fashion Institute or you got your little Gucci models. It's not what they got on, it's the behavior.
Right.
Okay, so let's speak about the behavior of an individual, but ain't nobody gonna tell me what I can't wear. Now, I'm not from Atlanta, but I bust out in Atlanta. Okay, so I did a lot of things in New York. My life was a little different there. But even when I was here in Fulton County, I always wasn't this damn big. I had a little sexiness going on. Fulton County got together because I've been wearing leggings since leggings was invented. because I might look a certain way in it. That's the problem with women. Let's be real. It's a major problem because we start the bullshit. It's us that start. Somebody want me to do it? She is. I'm a very aggressive woman, and I can't help it. You know, my mom was a single mother that raised a lot of kids outside the kids that she birthed, but she was a non-educated. That's what hip hop was for me too. That helped me. That was a way out for us during that time in New York. Okay? I don't think it matters what you have on your body. I think what matters is what you bring to that table.
Exactly. I would say wear a hooker outfit, because at the end of the day, you're going to try to holler at you, and then you can turn it around on how you want him to holler at you. You know what I'm saying? Where I look at it like, I ain't never going to put on, I can go down to some J's, but I'm not going to put on like a boy outfit because I don't want him to holler. He's going to holler, and I'm going to utilize, okay, what is this portfolio looking like? What kind of business is it, and where can I utilize him at? Because let's be clear, we're not in the music business. It's now a multimedia business. Period. Like, I'm not selling records no more. I'm selling T.I.'s imagery. If I can get endorsement on liquor, I'm going to do that. If I can get him on movie, I'm going to do that. If I can get him any other play, because he's the product I'm selling now. It's the follow through, and it's how you approach the situation, or how somebody come at you and how you turn it for you. I ain't playing the wear what you want, enjoy your life, but understand it's always a hustle. This is a 24/7 business. Time you get up, same people you hang with, same people you party with, the same people you do business with. So it's more consistent. It's not like you can go to work, clock out, and be like, oh, it's Friday, I can turn up. No, they see you out now. It's the same people that are going to talk about you. But at the end of the day, it's consistently how you carry yourself, not what you wear, in my opinion.
And then sometimes you can't hold a person responsible for something that they have no knowledge of. The one thing that I did learn in this business, that there's a misconception with television. Tell lies to your vision.
I had no problem marketing whatever record on earth, and now that I'm in my 30s, I look around at the marketplace and I feel like, damn, these kids suck. So it's kind of like I can't change the topics that people are speaking on and what gets played on the radio. But on the flip side, I started the entrepreneur club at ReneetheG High School, so I can get to these kids, the bad old candy and all that crap. So I can show my balance. Because at the end of the day, it's kind of like sex sells. So an artist comes to me on marketability, we're going to analyze the marketability. If Iggy came to me 2 years ago and they were asking on her marketability, it sucks. Sex sells right now.
That's just the reality.
I wish there was a Lauryn Hill out here that I can market to, but it's like, I'm not in that. I'm trying to make some money. But at the same token, it is one of those, when you hit an age, you now start getting conscious where you want to transition into something else. And I did the BMF party, so it's like, understand, my 20s was thoroughly enjoyable. But now you look back on it like, it's now time to grow up and understand that all the things that you market does trickle down to these kids. Do I wish we could turn back time? Yeah, because I remember when the downhill kind of started.
There is a balance. TV and radio may push, and you may see a certain artist more than the other. But there are artists like Elle Varner, SZA to me, who's incredible. She put out an independent project. She signed to TDE, and she actually has grossed more money, no offense, than an Iggy Azalea, who is on TV, who has to show her ass.
We're talking about pop culture in terms of how your mind and it reflects. My mentality is the message God gives you every Sunday at church more powerful, or is it the music in your radio that more subconsciously powerful in this day and age? Let's be clear, you gotta go look for God. I can look for all kinds of stripper records as soon as I turn the radio on. So it's kind of like, I hear you in terms of there's balance. Well, there isn't. Maybe in music, in terms of buying, there's balance, but in terms of marketability, there's no balance. I think balance is needed. I think when I was growing up, for every NWA there was a Tribe Called Quest. For every Lauryn Hill there was Lauryn Hill. That to me is pop culture balance. Right now, there's no balance.
I know I created the most powerful female in hip hop right now. Okay? So at the end of the day, I did have a thing with that. That was a major thing for me. That was the beef with me and Fendi.
Was how she was being marketed.
That's how me and Fendi fell out.
That's real.
That was the real reason what happened with us, because it wasn't Nikki trying to be Little Kim, but she's taking what the people that are over her career is telling her. Now, I want my female selling sex? Hell no. I want people to love you for who you are, not because of something on your body or something you created on your body, but I need them to love you for you. There are no two artists alike. Nikki and Kim are not alike. I hate the battling of that shit. Right. But it's mainly the people that put the beef up in that. It's the people that's responsible for what happens. We are all responsible for what you see. So we can sit here all day and battle it out on who's right and who's wrong, or the happy medium, or wherever it is. But I think that when you do this, 3 come back at you. Yeah. You know, so you have to check yourself and what part do you play in this, and what's the role, and what are we doing as women to make a difference in this whole thing.
I knew my lyrics were stupid, and I prided myself off Twista, off Nas, off Snoop, like Biggie, the great. So I knew that my lyrics was crazy already, and I knew I was cute too, so I wasn't worried about that. And as far as being a female rapper, I'm not a dude, I'm a female, so I'm a female rapper. I'm a female that raps, so I'm a female rapper. So people tell me all the time, Brat, you compete with the dudes, you better than some of these niggas out here. Well, that's what's up, thank you, but it don't bother me being called a female MC, because I got a vagina.
It was fucked up that my male counterparts were making 20, 30, 40, sometimes 50% more than I was making, and that's where I had an issue. I was a good marketer, I was a good executive. And so until I learned that I had to go and hire my own attorney and negotiate my contracts, and I had to do my research to figure out what the guys were making, that was the big problem for me, trying to make sure that I was compensated properly as well.
Being at Beats by Dre with them for like 3.5 years, I definitely did feel that. It's unfortunate because there were certain things I did where I saved that, $4 to $10 million, and here it comes bonus time. I did all the work. And somebody who could have just mailed the package is getting a higher bonus than me. And it's, I definitely had to look at it. Is it because I'm a female? Is it because I'm an African-American female? So those things did come into play for me, and I had to just realize, my self-worth and what I was worth. I didn't need this company. This company needed me. I don't need to be here. So when you decide you're going to pay me my worth, I'll be over there doing what I need to do.
I have made my little niche where I don't have to deal with corporate America. In my history of working, I've never directly worked for a white person ever in my life. So it's a little different for me, because if I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it, and you can't make me do it. But it's one of those I learned the hard way. I've been owed money before, and there's certain people in Atlanta that, when you owe me money, I'm going to get it back. I don't even know how, but I'm going to get it back. And it's like you learn from those instances where I always know there ain't no paperwork, there's no work, there ain't no check, I ain't coming. Like, I always know this. Get your money up front. Don't do the work. And then come back to them trying to renegotiate. Work's been done. You're on their time now. So I'm a little different now. The older you get, you understand. I don't care how nice they are. I don't care how much they feel like family. If you don't give me no money or a retainer to start, you're going to be doing it by yourself.
Through it, I've been a thief. I've been every goddamn thing but Debra. I started learning another side of what people were making off of me, because I didn't care. Oh, I'll do that. I got that for you. Oh, I got this for you. But I'm thinking I'm helping you, not knowing that you're using the shit out of me. Right. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's not where it was, but it was my own gratification that I was getting, regardless of whatever they thought. I'm truly grateful to them because they taught me the things that I know today. Like I told you, I'm still learning things. Again, I'm still learning. But I went through a whole bunch of things. But you also have to teach people how to treat you.
Right.
And those are some of the things also that I